ended up leaving that day party, going back to the condo, chilling, and I went out again and came back, and it's like Waffle House time. So it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you know.
Oh, I miss Waffle House.
So I'm like, there's no response, no text, no nothing. So at this point, it like sets in that like I'm being ignored. And I had texted him several times. I don't know. I think I didn't want to text him any more than like, I was some stupid rule. Like, I'm not texting him more than like 4 times or whatever. Stupid. But I'm like, he's literally like read all of them and not responded. So I'm like, okay, now it's like setting in. I tell my friend to like go home. And I'm like in this big old empty condo in somebody else's bed. It was weird. I don't really like Airbnbs, but somebody else's bed. And I'm like bawling my eyes out because I'm like feeling so stupid. And like, I'm like, but we're supposed to go to the game. He has tickets to the Skybox. Like, what's going on? You know, we have all these plans for this weekend. The next morning, like I wake up, still no response. And I like made the decision. I was like, okay, I'm going to go home. Like, I'm just going to check out and go home. I'm not going to stay another night. Like, I'm just going to go home. I call my homeboy, do all that, check out. I pack all my stuff and I like get in my car. And like, as soon as I get in my car and like turn it on, I just start like crying so hard. Like the hardest cry because I'm like, how did I end up in this situation? Like, and even at that point, I didn't realize that I got ghosted. I'm like, okay, well, he's probably just trying to live his best life, but he's going to call me. Like, and I was telling you, like, even when I called my mom and I was telling her what's going on, because she's like, wait, baby, you leaving? Like, the game hasn't even, I'm like, I know. And I'm like telling her everything that's going on. I'm like, but I'm still going to forgive him, like, if he calls. But, you know, she was kind of like, why would you forgive him? Like, why are you're crying? Like, why do you want to forgive someone that made you feel like this? Same question she always asks. And it took like 2 days for me to realize that like this person I've been ghosted. Like I like wholeheartedly, but I was very sad. I was very depressed. I told my mom like it's over. I'm about to just sell my house, move to Atlanta, and get surgery, and be one of these party big booty girls out here because love isn't real.
Yeah. It's amazing how we allow other people determine if we're worthy or not, or even if love exists. Like it does, especially because you and I, we believe in God and whatever, and God is love. Like,
right.
But we allow other people to determine that for us. And so I just want to say, to this day, on January 19th, 2021, he still has not.
I have not heard a word from him. From the last conversation we had was, call me when you get here. Not one word.
Yeah. And so what happens is, wait, so first of all, hold on, let me take a couple steps.
And just everyone that's listening, 𝐤𝐤 is tied into the story.
Exactly. So we definitely gonna get to that. And I knew we'd probably go over an hour because we definitely
sorry.
No, that's okay. I ain't got nowhere to go because I do want to get to your happily ever after.
Yes.
But this guy, did you meet him through your DMs as well? He DM'd you?
No, we met at one of my sorority sisters had like a birthday party at like a lounge. Okay. And he was at the little lounge and he was like giving me the eyes, and I went out to the food truck because I be hungry sometimes, and he followed me out there, and that's how we like started talking. Like that's how I met him, I should say.
Right.
And you know, we exchanged numbers at that time.
Okay. And then we're gonna get to how 𝐤𝐤 slid into your DMs and how now you guys, is it 2 years later, engaged? And so this is what happened. Mm-hmm. You passed up, would you say that you passed up a lot of red flags?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Red flags I didn't even tell. Like him coming to town one time and losing his debit card. Mm-hmm. Just different, a lot of different red flags. Like the job never really added up. The condo in Atlanta.
You said he had?
Yeah, it never really added up. The condo in Atlanta never really added up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was just, it was a lot of things that I felt like there was deceitful.
Right. So, I this is what I do, right? Like, so this has to be a teaching moment for somebody. I don't know who's watching this, or listening to this. Stop giving men the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Shanice had so many gut feelings. And for women, we feel like we need to have proof or we're just crazy. That wouldn't happen. Oh, he's going to think I'm crazy. I don't want to ask the question. We get scared, embarrassed to ask the questions that we need to be asking because, oh, I don't want him to think I'm crazy. If you are looking to do life with somebody, you need to ask all the questions, down to what's your blood type. All the questions. And so all of these red flags, and there is no judgment here. Shanice knows my story. But this is why we do this. And I'm glad that you're getting those messages from God, because that's the same messages that I got. You need to share.